Championship round of the offs, boys. Championship round. I can't believe the season's already came this far. Loved it, hate it. I'm over it. I'm exhausted. I'm sick of it. My team was never in it. Neither was Carl's.
That's like that.
Gypsy had a shot. He gone. So we kicked him out of the show. He's done. We got Kombo with us. We got Carl. Carl, how we doing?
Fucking, I'm here.
Kombo, you gotta be feeling good.
We all the way in it.
I like that. I like to hear it. I like to hear it. So, as you can see, we're missing one again. That's all right. That's all right. We'll get on without him. We'll survive, boys. So, last week, let's pull this.
Kind of miss him already.
Aw, you missed your even. All right,
even Steven?
Let's see. Okay. Last week, Kansas City pulled it out against Houston, right? They pulled it out. If you were a late bettor,
I don't know. I don't think they pulled out.
Well, let's talk about some here real quick. If you were one of those fine individuals, not me, I was smart, I was on it early, that took Kansas City at the 9.5 at the closing line of the market, you were sitting pretty until the safety, the missed field goal, all that stuff. And if you were one of those people that took KC at 9.5, you got screwed. You got absolutely hosed. Not me. I had it 8.5. See, I was early. One of the few games Kansas City's actually covered this season. They really don't cover games. They don't.
They're bad at it.
They're not, but they win games. That's all that matters, right? Right, John?
Yes, sir.
That's it. Washington Lions. Lions. Wow, the Lions fucking fell apart, huh?
Yeah.
That sucks. What that did was it removed a couple things here. With Detroit losing and the Mannders advancing, myself lost Detroit for the future. Carl lost Detroit for his future. And Kombo lost Detroit for his future. Now, the next one, Rams, Eagles. Eagles handled their business. Rams had a chance to win that fucking ball game. I don't know if you guys watched all that shit. They had a chance to win that ball game. Big time.
Definitely.
Yeah. Hurts still looks... He's a fucking sociopath. He's a little pouty face at all times. Fuck him. The Rams could have won that game, but they didn't. They didn't. So we're going to have a NFC East NFC Conference title game. Washington Mannders, Philadelphia Eagles. I couldn't hate it more. It's absolutely disgusting. The worst possible NFC title game for me. I hope it ends in a tie, which can't happen, so that sucks. But Washington advancing. Buffalo beat the shit out of Baltimore. They beat the hell out of them. Now, the score doesn't reflect that because of the ending numbers, but that whole game, Buffalo was dominating. And Baltimore had to fight their ass back. I mean, Mark Andrews doesn't drop that 2-point conversion. We're not even having this conversation. Who knows? Right? Yeah. But with Baltimore falling...
Or that ball earlier.
True.
He dropped 2.
But with Baltimore falling, Carl no longer has any future opportunities for the next show. He's out. He doesn't get any opportunities with his future because he had Detroit and Baltimore. He's done. Now, Carl is in first place currently. Evan and Kombo both have Kansas City, and I have Buffalo left. So somebody's going to have somebody left in the Super Bowl for our futures here. Who's that going to be? Is it going to be me, or is it going to be you and the Gypsy? I don't know. Will he even show up? We'll see. Now, last week, John was first. John finished. He had the best week. 3-1. Fucker went 3-1. And then myself and Carl were both 500, 2-2. Evan was 0-4. He didn't get one game right. Not one.
Oh my god.
0-4.
Wait, he went against Kansas City when he has them in the Super Bowl?
He went 0-4 because remember after the fact I had to insert all his picks because he had texted me. He went Houston, Detroit, Rams, Baltimore. He didn't get one right. Not a single game. So that
Get
brings
your head in the game.
now this is a point system, right? This is points. So standing wise, Carl's in first at 7-3. This is just winners and losers. Carl's at first 7-3. Kombo is now in second at 6-4. Myself is 4-6, so it's pretty ugly. And Evan's at 3-7. He's only got 3 right out of the whole playoffs. Yeah, pretty butt cheeks. But this is a points game. Points wise, Carl is in first. Still, he's still holding on. He has 8 points. Kombo jumped into second. He is now 6.5. He's 1.5 points behind Carl. And then myself at 4.5 and Evan at 3.5. So, Kombo is only 1.5 points behind Carl. And now, we only got 2 games to select. You get 1 point for a favorite and 3 points for a dog. That's how we're going to roll the conference championship games. Before we start rolling in, you guys got anything from the weekend? Anything from the games you want to, talk about? Shout out. You got anything?
I think Baltimore fell apart along with Detroit. It seems like all the teams that are left are the ones just not making mistakes.
Yeah. Before that Baltimore and Buffalo game started, it said something like Lamar had 11 touchdowns and 9 turnovers in the playoffs. And I was like, yep, he's good for at least one stupid pick. And he threw that one heck of dumb pick. Like, it seems like he always throws into, like, double, triple coverage. Like why?
It's almost like he panics, right?
Yeah, I
The
don't know what he's
receiver
seen.
ran the wrong route.
Look, I mean, one of my biggest takeaways from this past round was Buffalo. Buffalo looks fucking ready to go. And then also the Mannders. They're not supposed to be here. And here they are. Jaden Daniels. Imagine being a Bears fan. Every year you draft the wrong guy. Well, I guess we don't know that. We don't know about Caleb Williams yet. We don't know. I mean, they got Ben Johnson, right, from Detroit. The coach. I don't know. I just think it's hysterical when you look at Chicago and they always either have the first overall pick or they draft, the guy that's supposed to be the guy, and someone else in that draft class that went picks after them ends up the guy. It's just great. I love it. So,
It's not like Josh Allen went first.
yeah, but Jaden Daniels went after Caleb Williams.
Right, but there's always that guy that goes before the really good guy. But they never know how it's going to shake out until 5 years later.
Well, I'll ask you right now. Well, okay. Well, let's say 5 years from now. Would you rather have Jaden Daniels or fucking Caleb Williams?
Well, you can say Jaden Daniels after the first year, but
Easily.
after 5 years, you'd have to ask the same question.
Yeah, and look how bad the Mannders defense was pretty much all season, and they just lost their best tackle. I mean, come on. Jaden Daniels is fucking good. He's good at football, and I hate it. I don't like it. He's in my division. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
No, he's great, but when I was watching the Giants Hard Knocks leading up to the draft, they asked the executive, would you trade up to get this guy? He was talking about Jaden Daniels, and he said, in a heartbeat. He said, if we had the draft capital, I would. And so he was right, from the first season. But, I mean, look at dudes like RG3. His first season was great, and then they rushed him back, and he hurt his knee again, and he was never the same.
That's true. Also, in that Hard Knocks you're talking about with the New York Football Giants, Joe Shane, is that the name of your guy's GM? I think it's Joe Shane.
Something like that.
He's sitting in his
Showing
office
Shane.
with his children, and he asked his young boy. He asked his young boy who he should draft, and he said take Jaden Daniels. He said you only get to do this once, and you should get it right. I mean, maybe he started listening to his boy a little more. Listen to his young boy. Anyways, regardless, a lot of high energy today, boys. I love it, man. This is great.
I told you, man, I got a cold.
Okay, well, fuck. All right, well, you know what? Let's move into it then. Let's just move into it. Conference championship games: Washington versus Philadelphia. Mannders are going to Philly. Currently, Philadelphia is a 6-point favorite. Mannders are plus 222 on the money line with an over/under of 47.5. I'm going to go ahead and start this one first. I loathe Philadelphia. I don't hate Washington as much as Philly, but I just dislike them both so much. But I think Philadelphia's defense is probably a little too much for Washington. I think. So I'll just take Philly at home. Evan took Washington. Let's go to you, Carl. Where are you going?
I think it's funny how we kind of have the same matchup in both conferences. The NFC is like they have one offensive heavy team and one team that's way better at defense.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing in the AFC. In these matchups, I tend to lean more towards defense especially because the other team doesn't have as good of a defense.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually easier to put up points if your defense is getting stopped. So I'm going with Philly. I still think it'll be a very close game because Philly hasn't been putting up a lot of points. But at the end of the day, I don't think Jaden Daniels can handle what Philly's going to throw at him, which includes Darius Slay, Garden, McLaurin, and all that. I think he's going to have a hard day, and I think he'll finally show a little rookie colors in this game.
And the Mannders lost their best offensive lineman. That's a problem.
That's big. I didn't even know that, but that's going to be a problem.
He gone.
Yeah.
Against that Philadelphia
What's his
front.
face? Philly's tackle last week, Jalen Carter, right? Yeah, he was just blowing through the line last week. So that's not a good sign for anybody.
No. They're at home. Come on. All right, Kombo. What are you doing?
I think it comes down to Washington in the regular season was like bottom 2 or 3 in run defense.
Mm-hmm.
And look what Philly's done all year on the run. So Philly all day at home in that cold weather again. They're not going to stop Saquon.
No.
Saquon might have 180.
He might have he might, dude. He might be out there fucking doing skateboard tricks and shit. Honestly. I think I saw some crazy stat too. In the fourth quarter, he has over 700 yards in the fourth quarter alone this season. Something crazy like that.
Yep.
I
think it's more than that.
See? Isn't that fucking wild?
Well, I know Derrick Henry had 1,300 yards in the second half.
Yeah. Well,
so in the first half of games, he had 600 or something, and then in the second half of games, he had 1,300. It was something crazy.
It's fucking wild. Saquon and
wearing you down.
Yeah. It also helps too that Philadelphia, they're not afraid to run the fucking ball. Jalen Hurts, by the way, he doesn't impress me. He doesn't put the ball over the middle of the field at all. It's all little dump downs and edge stuff. He really doesn't lace the ball down the middle. But I guess when you have Saquon, you really have to worry about that shit. You just pound the rock. You just do good. You do good at what you do good. I don't know. But I was going to take Washington, but the more and more I kept thinking about it, I was like, nah, I think Philly's got this. I think Philly's back in the fucking Super Bowl. But if the Jim Kelly curse is real, he can't win. The curse, I know we talked about it previously, where if since the 90s when Jim Kelly went to 4 Super Bowls in a row and never won, if any quarterback that's been to the Super Bowl and lost and returned still has not won. It's not happened once. So if that's a true curse, then Jalen Hurts can't win. So I'm going to put that out there. I'm sorry, John. You said Philly, right?
Did he Did he play in the last one he was in?
Who? The Eagles?
Hurts, yeah.
Yeah, he lost to this guy.
And he was
It
playing.
was like 30, 35,
I think I'm
38.
thinking of Carson Wentz.
Oh, you think Carl Wentz?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Carl Wentz didn't play because that was Doug Peterson and Big Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, John. You said Philly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all out of sorts here.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of first times in these championship games.
I mean, honestly, I think with what we're gonna see here, Buffalo, Kansas City, we might as well just call the AFC Championship game the Kansas City Invitational at this point. We might as well. Is it how many now? Have you guys been in a row? Is it like 6 or 7 or something? Jesus
7.
Christ! Even though last year you guys were in Buffalo, right? Is that what it was, or Baltimore?
No, we were in Baltimore. But last year was our toughest road because we played wild card, we played division and championship, and then won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Jesus. This could be historic. I mean, if you guys pull the... Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Buffalo, Kansas City. Kansas City's a 2-point favorite right now, according to Vegas, right? So they got Kansas City to win this game by less than a field goal. 110 on the money line for Buffalo. 47.5 total over-under, which I think is actually too big. I don't think that number's going to get touched. But let's go. Let's start with you, Carl. Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Where are you going? Yeah, huh?
Again, defense versus offense. Kansas City's offense sucks. They're not good. They score points, but not a lot. They let their defense do the work. Bills, I think they're like 3 or 4 in points on average. So we're going to see. They got to put up points. I'm choosing the Bills just because I don't want to see Kansas City in the Super Bowl again. They need to lose a game. They should have lost to the Bills, 2 years ago? When they gave up a fucking field goal in 13 seconds or whatever.
Which created the rule change, right?
No, this was at the end of regulation.
Oh. Okay, I'm thinking overtime.
Yeah, but that game in overtime, that's what made the rule change.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they should have won in regulation. But they wanted to play prevent defense or something and gave them 2 20-yard catches to get a field goal. It was dumb.
Yeah, they were playing fucking touch butt.
Yeah, and the Bills were kicking their ass that game.
Mm-hmm.
But they let them back in. So I'm hoping the Bills don't do that this game. I know Joshua is definitely going for it. I'm hoping he has it in him to take him out.
Yeah.
I think his biggest challenge is gonna be getting past that offensive or the defensive line and making sure that he's getting the ball out quick enough. And if they can establish a run, then maybe they can win. But we'll see. I think if they score over 25, they win.
Now, Kombo, you tell us because you're part of Chiefs Nation. You have been I've known you since we had like Christmas light size units. We were little boys. We've been around each other a long time. Now, what is the bulletin board material for you guys this year? Because even last year when you guys won it, Mahomes came out and said, no one thought we can do it, which was a fucking lie. That was an absolute fucking lie. What are you guys hearing right now? What's the material? What's the minutia you guys are chewing on in Chiefs Nation?
It's called Hater Bubblegum and Haterade. We're washing it down with Haterade all day long.
Sounds about right. Well,
yeah, because all my friends and family hate me. A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I understand. I mean, you get it, though, right? You get it, because really what happened was the Patriots fucked this up for any franchise ever. No one wants to see a team win too much now. It's over. It's done.
Yeah.
So, Go ahead. Hey, man, this is your team. This is your squad. Let's go. How's this game going to go?
Well, I mean, okay. We're gonna let you guys. We'll step aside after this three-peat for at least like one season.
Oh,
But we getting that three-peat.
okay. You going 3 Peats?
Obviously. Yes.
What should we wager if you don't? We'll talk about that if you guys make it to the soupy. We'll figure some out. So safe to say, you're going Keishi and Mo. All right. Well.
Yeah, I forgot to say I was gonna pick points on these games. I picked Philly 33, Washington 29, and I'm going 23-20 Chiefs.
Chiefs, home of the Chiefs. All right, fair enough. I mean, obviously.
Home of the
Hey, Twitter was having some fun with your boy Andy Reid. Woo! You guys see the photos? What?
You see that we got Caitlin Clark locked up in the skybox now?
I did see
or
that.
Whatever you call it.
I did see that. I also saw a jersey from a whole different game. It was a Buffalo fan with a giant sweater that says "fucking Swift Swallows." I was like, God damn, dude. That's aggressive. Great. That's aggressive. You know. Hey, I'm all about free speech and all, but there are kids in those games. Like, come on, have a little bit of tact. Just a little bit of tact, you know?
Yeah.
Do you guys accept Swift in the Chiefs Nation combo? Are you guys all about it?
Bro, I don't even pay attention to that.
Really? How can you not?
You know what? I've just come to accept that like everybody's gonna bring it up, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm just trying to watch the game.
I mean, anytime
but
Kelsey
she's a
does,
fan of yours.
Yeah.
You're not gonna accept one of your own fans?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
sounds like somebody's not on this Swift train.
It is pretty funny.
I'm definitely not on the Swift train.
That's fair.
She could be on this train, but I'm not on her train.
I think there's a lot of Chiefs fan that feels the same way as Kombo. I think a lot of you guys feel that same exact way. All right, well, Evan took Buffalo. Carl took Buffalo. I was going to take Buffalo, but I'm switching. Remember the rule I made? You can't switch a pick if you make another one. So I'm switching my Philly pick to Washington. And I'm switching. I was going to go Buffalo. I'm going KC. I don't know why. I'm just going to flip them. Going to have a little flippy flop. Because
you're a big puss.
Yes. Also, I have Buffalo in my future. So if Kansas City wins this, if they don't win, I still have that little point boost at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and take Kansas City with the safe pick. And I'll go ahead and take Washington with my upset. There we go. Bitches. All right. Bitches. Well, I mean, unless you guys got something else, dog, I don't know. It's pretty short. We don't got a lot to cover here. You know what I mean?
I think it was pretty trippy. I seen some stat in regular season and postseason. Allen and Mahomes are like tied in wins and losses, like 4-4 or 5-5 or something like that. Right. Allen's got him in the regular season, but he's 0-3 against Mahomes in the postseason. Oh. And then like their touchdowns are like the same, like their total touchdowns. They both have like 251 total touchdowns in the playoffs and regular season. It's like some weird stat, like they all are the same thing. They're like 5-5 with 251 touchdowns total. The interceptions were like the same. It's weird, bro. I saw it on Sports Center.
All right, I'm back on Buffalo. All right, change my KC pick back to Buffalo. Give me Buff. Give me Buff. All right, so I got two dogs now. I got Washington Mannders and the Buff. I'm not going to win this. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Copied Evan's picks.
Oh, shit. He went 0-4 last week. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Shit. You know what's going to happen? It's going to be Kansas City, Philadelphia. It's going to be a rematch. It's going to be a goddamn rematch. And then if it's Kansas City, Philadelphia, I will make the largest bet of my life for Kansas City to win. The largest one of my life will be on Kansas City. If it's KC Philly, I'm fucking going nuclear double Everest play. Double Everest. 2 double Everest mountains on Kansas City combo. You take it to the bank.
Yeah, and like I said, like there's like a possible lot of first times for this. Like, you know, if Buffalo does win, that's the first time he beat Mahomes in the you know, in the playoffs. There's been like 4 or 5 rookies to play in the NFC or in the championship round. There was like, let's see, Brock Purdy did it. Ben Roethlisberger did it.
That's right, he did. Didn't Wilson do it too?
Wilson did it, and then Butt Fumble Sanchez did it.
Oh my God, you guys, fuck. The Jets were in like AFC title games for a couple years of Rex Ryan, weren't they?
Yeah.
Wow. Think about
So
that.
I think
And they had what's his face, Revis. Yeah, they were up there when he was good.
What do you guys think about Ben Johnson going to Chicago? You think he's going to be the answer?
I think you need a coach, but you need talent too, and I don't think they have enough.
They don't have an offensive line.
Yeah, you gave up 68 sacks last year. You can't say it was all Caleb Williams.
You can't. And they also gave
I
him
mean,
a
you can
6-year
say he
deal.
holds on to the ball too much, but you got to give him some kind of time.
He got 6 years, $15 million a year. Good for him. Good for his family.
he just
Who, the
needs to quit
coach?
painting his fingernails.
Yeah, Caleb Williams is sassy. I mean, there's definitely been gay quarterbacks.
That new era.
Yeah, which is fine. Who cares if he is or isn't? It's not a big deal. But I think representation matters.
I don't
Maybe you should just
shit.
come out then, bro.
But you better play better than that. I don't want to see you chucking it into the fucking ground. I don't give a shit if your fucking nails are painted or what you're sticking in your bunghole, but you
Shit.
better throw a damn ball.
Do you guys think
The
that
fuck?
Coach McCarthy's going to end up in New Orleans?
I don't know.
I don't know. Somebody's gonna get
who are
that
you
Taco
guys
Bell
get?
job.
Dion. Dion's coming to Dallas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we're getting Dion.
That's-
So it's going to just be another circus, but whatever. That's how we do it.
But you're not getting his son, so what if he doesn't come?
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. Because I doubt he'll come
'Cause
coach.
he said I'm getting my son on my team or whatever.
What,
Yeah,
would
that's
that,
what I heard too.
what the fuck would that even cost, bro? To move up to the... Because you'd have to go... Fuck,
You'd
top
either have
3?
to go number 1 or 2.
Well, I thought the Giants were pretty locked in on Cam, I thought. Ward. I guess we don't know shit.
Well,
it's too early.
I think it's too early. You never know. They always change their minds, but where do you see Shadir going?
They're talking about Tennessee.
Number 1.
Yeah,
or number
see?
3.
I thought... Wait, is Tennessee not the first overall?
I think they are, right?
Yeah, then you got, what, Raiders in New England, right?
So the Patriots are before the Raiders, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to jump up to 3.
Oh, my God.
But I thought Dion said nope, we ain't signing. He ain't letting his son go somewhere all shitty.
He did say that.
That's what he
He
said.
did say that. I don't think Tennessee's the answer.
But hey, what you think? You're just gonna control where he goes if he drops out of the top 5?
Yeah, you have royalty
Like
stuff.
that doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, you have
Because
royalty.
you want them to get picked high because they get more money that way.
Yeah, but
So
The
I don't
Mannings-
understand
Mannings
what
did the
his
same thing.
strategy is.
no, you just force a trade like the Mannings did.
Well, yeah, you could do that, but
I mean, it's
you
a
have
thing.
to find a willing trade partner.
This is what's going to happen. Cowboys are going to ship Dak Prescott to Cleveland. Cowboys are going to pick up some draft equity, move up to the front, grab Shadur, aka Coach Prime. which I'm not a fan of. I want Watt Boy, Shookaboo, whatever his name is, from Arizona State, or Gentry from Boise, running back. We need a fucking running back. We need a bell cow. So bad. But there'll be plenty of
I think
draft
it's
talk.
just bullshit how these guys just think they can control whatever the fuck they want.
I'm jealous. God, imagine if we had that kind of power. Holy shit.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Fuck that. Get under my
There's no
heel.
responsibility.
No! I want no responsibilities. All right,
Yeah,
boys.
nobody wants them, but that's the whole point.
Yeah, I get
You
it.
don't get to dictate where your son goes just because you want him to.
Well, when you
Like,
have...
if your son's that good, if he gets drafted by that team, you'll bring him up like Jaden Daniels did. You won't
Sure.
sit there and be like, "Oh, they're not good enough."
Well,
Fucking make them good enough.
and you have to remember, too, Prime also said he wasn't leaving Jackson State, and then that same year he went to Colorado.
Right.
So,
So he's full of shit.
it's Prime, baby! Woo! Let's go!
Fuck that dude.
Well, anyways, people watching at home, I will be getting super hardcore into draft stuff and making videos this season, but that's months away. We're off next week. We don't have a game to cover next week, so no episode. And then we're gonna do the Soupy special. We're gonna unpack a lot. I'm gonna ask you guys for a lot of stuff. I'm gonna send you some homework.
Well, what? We got like 2 weeks though, right?
We got 2 weeks. We're not shooting next week. I'm gonna start doing some UFC stuff. I'll talk to you about that later, Cole. We'll figure that out if you're interested or not. You don't have to. You don't have to do shit you don't want to do. But with that said, I think we're gonna get out of here, boys. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Adios. Toodaloo.
We'll take NyQuil.
Au
Oh,
revoir.
I took some before I got on here.
Oh, he's on that lean.
He's on that lean, though, cuz. He's on that lean. Get him! Just don't worry, that wasn't on camera. I got a logo covering it right now. I got the music blasting in the background, and we have a logo covering us. We're still recording, just so no one can see it. But, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. Love you guys. Deuce!
Oh.
Later. KC.